Governor Wolf signs House Bill 1188, which legalized thermal and night vision. I am Brian McLaughlin, joined with Sheri Baity, the woman who made it all happen, and also one of our Predator guys, Jim. This is Heirs Podcast. Okay, everyone, how are we? Sheri, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, and you?
Doing real good. Hey, just to let you know, we appreciate you coming on the show to get your message out, and we also appreciate everything you have done, which we will now get into. So, it's my understanding that we talked a little bit before this that you took it upon yourself as a citizen to go move to Harrisburg. Did you move to Harrisburg?
Now I just travel back and forth.
Travel back. So what she did was she lobbied for a bill and basically got it all done herself by pestering every politician to make it happen because she
Yes.
fought what she believed. That is so awesome. If we had more citizens like you, maybe things would be different nowadays. So why don't you go ahead and just first we're going to give us a little bit of background about your experience, your predator hunting experience, and then go ahead and tell us how you lobbied and got a bill passed all by yourself.
All right. I've been hunting for 29 years all over the country for coyotes. That's, all of you guys go out and do your big game hunts. Just show me the coyotes and I'm happy.
Yeah, what states have you gone to and which one's your favorite and why?
The easiest one was Arizona, Wilcox, Arizona. The favorite one was Texas, Victoria, Texas. Montana was pretty cool. The Dakotas were gorgeous.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been all over. There's
Question for you.
a lot of special moments in each one.
Might be going and driving my dad to Utah next month, and we're gonna bring our 223. We're gonna be bow hunting elk, but I want to bring my 223. Are they loaded with coyotes? Is it pretty easy over there? Do you have any idea?
It's easier out west than it is back here. We have a whole different breed of coyotes back here that's more cunning, less stupid. So it's a lot more work back here. But yeah, out there you'll have a lot of fun. You'll lay a lot of fur down.
Okay. Preferred caliber?
Mine is a 243.
I want to buy a 243. I want to slap a suppressor on it, but after I'm done being poor.
I have two 243s. I have a Winchester Model 70, and then I have a Savage 243s.
Model 70, is that the one, the lever action? That's a Model 88.
Nope, that's a bolt action. They're both bolts.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. All right, well, hey, why don't you, Jim, he just joined us on audio too. Just get to, how you basically got this bill passed by yourself, and then I know Jim, he's one of our, I think he's one of our best predator hunters, if maybe not the best. He'd have to fight Adam over that, maybe Brendan.
Is.
Yeah, he lays down the reds. But anyway, so yeah, go ahead and explain real quick for us how you made it all happen. Then I know you and Jim are gonna have a pretty good conversation. So go ahead.
Well, I went to the SHOT Show about 7 years ago and looked at all this equipment that was out there, and I stumbled upon this infrared equipment, and I used it all over the country. I put ranchers at ease that would not normally allow predator hunters on their property because they were afraid of someone shooting their livestock instead of the predators. But once I showed them the equipment, and they allowed us to hunt on their property because they felt secure that their livestock was going to be protected. So after doing this all over the country, I come back to my own home, my own farm here in Tioga County, Pennsylvania, and I can't use it. I can't protect my animals the way I showed them out west how to protect them. So that got me fired up. I had an idea. I'm gonna change this. So I lobbied for the Game Commission about 6 months with them, and they said no, this has to go through legislature. So that's when I started knocking on doors of senators and state reps and organizations just to get the word out that this is what I was going to do. I was going to change this law. So that's how it happened.
That's awesome. And how long you said it took? Like 3 years?
3.5 years. Yep. But it's something for me to do, and I have the most wonderful husband in the world. He said, "Is this your passion? Is this what you want to do?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Go for it." So, it's not really me. It's all because of him. because he allowed me that time to just travel and hotel stays and knocking on doors and meetings, and he allowed that. So we all benefit from this. This wasn't just a me and a hothead idea. This was something that I knew that we could all get use out of and all enjoy. And you guys have jobs, you guys have lives. I didn't. I was just a farmer's wife. So I had all the time in the world. So that's why I did it.
Okay, awesome. That's what it took. Let's say it's a team effort then, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Jim, I know you got a couple questions to go for, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, I've known Sheri for several years now. I worked with the Pennsylvania Predator Hunters Association for a period of time, and met Sheri through that venture. And since then, actually, I've seen her at several other events and talked to her at numerous different occasions and things. And that's how I came about to know Sheri, and obviously House Bill 1188. When I didn't know her back when it first, I'll say it first kicked off or started, but that's kind of how we met. So I guess one of the first questions that I was gonna talk a little bit about was the process itself. I know a lot of people were kind of unfamiliar with the process, and since Sheri's worked firsthand with a lot of the with the representatives and stuff like that, for example. Sheri, can you tell everyone a little bit about kind of the process, like how House Bill 1188 made it from the I'll say the early phases where basically you were out there knocking on doors to where it's made it now. Obviously, we're not officially approved by the Game Commission yet to be doing this, but it's made it obviously past the governor's desk and approved at that point.
First, you have to find someone, and that was the first part of the knocking on doors. Find a House representative or a senator that's going to believe in your idea. So that's where I got lucky with Park Wentling, State Rep Park Wentling, out in Western Pennsylvania. He believed in the idea. He saw the equipment. He saw a need to change law. And so once you find that one person, then they write a bill, and then they introduce it to House.
How many people did you contact before you met him and were able to get him to work with you?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I was in the Capitol building, and I went from one office, and they sent me to a couple more offices and a couple more offices, and none of them wrote a bill. And then I went to Park Wentling. So. Probably at least 9, 10, somewhere around there. Doesn't sound like much, but when you have to drive or walk from office to office or drive from office, it's a lot.
That says a lot, I think, though, about the number of people that you contacted. Yet it took that many until someone actually was willing to take your idea and go with it. It really does.
Yeah, my state rep and my senator liked the idea, but they didn't write a bill. So
right.
It took me some guy out in Western Pennsylvania to write.
They didn't like it that much then. I mean, that's annoying, especially if they, they'll say they care to your face and then they don't do anything about it. But hey, us Western Pennsylvanians had to pull through for you, so that's cool.
I got it. Yeah, I found one.
Yeah. So now that it's through and the Governor Wolf just signed it, we know that to actually hunt with that night vision and all the other infrared. So I haven't really used the equipment. I can't wait to use Jim's once he buys some. I don't know if you have some already, but so now I know you put a lot of pressure on the PAGC, and a lot of times, once they start feeling the pressure on certain things like Sunday hunting and other things like that. I know this year they brought out a squirrel season, September squirrel season, which we, as trying to get kids into the outdoors, actually really appreciate. So we can do that in September. What's it looking like when it comes to the PAGC about getting this thing passed?
Well, all I know is in the last 3.5 years, I have been at every quarterly meeting for the PGC. Whether it was even though I had to go legislative route, I still wanted to keep them updated on what equipment I wanted legalized and where the bill process was at that point. So they know that I want infrared and I want thermal legalized. At least those two out of the whole list that they have. So all I can do is a lot of prayers. There's still a lot of prayers right now and a lot of hope and crossing your fingers. So
does it seem like they're leaning towards yes or leaning towards no, or are they just going to let people debate about it?
they are leaning towards a yes, but they won't tell me which one or both.
So they were relatively receptive then, I take it. Or it sounds as though they were somewhat receptive.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. Now, how about this? We can do like right now. I mean, I don't know how many people are going to watch this, but we can do a call to action right now, and we're going to be, advocating for you on social media on our platforms as well. But if you can, if you're watching this, go to your Pennsylvania Game Commission whenever they hold open houses and stuff like that. Grab your buddies, grab anyone, even if they don't predator hunt. Show up in numbers and let them feel the pressure, because she already did this. She's been doing this for 3.5 years. The least you can do is drive your local, wherever they're holding it, and just make this happen for her and for Pennsylvania predator hunters. So that's what I like. I
thank you, but with the coronavirus right now, maybe they just better shoot off those emails.
Yeah, I mean, the emails is a great thing, but I guarantee. Do you think the PAGC? Do you think they're gonna have maybe Zoom meetings like this? Because if we could show up for Zoom meetings, we can show up. Jim's on the other side of the state. You can see New Jersey from his house. I'm like 30 minutes from Ohio. We can come together. We can hit every single one. Just keep trolling and advocating.
But yeah, so, now is the time for your voices to be heard to the PGC. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've written letters to Congress people, but I think that this is just as, if not more important to me than anything else, because when it comes to just basically having what I consider to be a hunting right, I'm all about it. So, like I said, guys, if you're listening to this, write your PAGC. We're done with the PA legislature. Just, I wouldn't say harass, but annoy the Game Commission. Let them know that we want this, and so her work doesn't isn't wasted. So make sure you do something. Make it a point to do something.
Well, I'll be meeting them the end of July, on the 24th and 25th. So hopefully we will have a decision, or at least a vote by then. They have 60 days to say what equipment they're going to legalize and when. So only 60 days from July 1st.
Okay. So Sheri, one of the big questions I think a lot of people are asking right now at this point, because it's obviously been signed by Governor Wolf, and it now sits obviously with the Game Commission, and to point they have approximately 60 days to to kind of give a decision of what their plan is, like at least for this year, if and what's going to happen. Do you feel as though for the I'll say the 2020-2021 season that that they may make a decision, finalize whether or not they will do that?
Oh, I think it's going to happen immediately once they make that decision, because that's something they could very easily do with a press release. And I've seen that happen before too. They've gone in a meeting and made their decision and issued a press release, even though the digest has already been printed.
Yeah, that was my concern. The digest is already printed, so I mean,
that's okay. It's happened before with other things.
Yeah. That's good to know, though, because I think a lot of people are looking right now, and a lot of people are on the fence. A lot of people have seen the bill make it this far to be approved, and they're kind of like I said, they're on the fence of whether or not do I buy something, do I wait, So I know.
And then there's a lot of people posting pictures of their cool stuff that they can't wait to use.
Exactly. Yeah. So you wonder who's all been using those already, right?
No, I can't afford one. But hey, Sheri, so one last thing before we go here. Convinced there's going to be people here who are unsure or just are actually against this type of equipment. Give me like a minute brief. Convince them that this is what we need.
Some people don't, because they're unsure, is because they don't understand this type of equipment. I had an issue with the commissioners saying, "Oh, we don't want the infrared dot laser." And I said, "No. Infrared is different from the red dot laser." Right. I said, "Infrared would be like strapping a game camera on your gun and using that. It's the clear, crisp black and white. Mm-hmm. Thermal, you get the heat signature." So I said they are two different types, but safety is the number one thing. And I was taught this when I first started hunting. Always identify your target. And with these two types of equipment, you can pretty much 99.99% identify your target. So you know exactly what you are going to be pulling that trigger on before you pull the trigger. So your safety aspect is one. Number two, you have the backstop. You see everything around that animal on both infrared and thermal. So how much more safer can that be?
Right. And then I really, sympathize with that because I've only a couple years into predator hunting. Brendan got me into it. I went over with Jim. It's really fun. But I've noticed, like you said, these coyotes over here are real cunning, and they'll stay, sometimes in a field, they will stay on the field edge. I'll see eyes going back and forth. I can't tell if it's someone's dog, a cat, a bobcat, anything like that. And I probably could have killed maybe 3-4 coyotes this year, but I wasn't sure. And that makes me, I'm sold. I'm ready to try it out, and I can't wait. But I think the safety aspect, especially, is what people are afraid of, especially when you're out west and people were, that says a lot, because if you can convince people out there, you can convince people here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, out west, you've got these big ranchers that have these big money animals out there. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's the same thing back here too.
Right. Okay, Jim, you got any more questions, buddy?
Yeah, no, one of the things obviously I wanted to wrap up with, I was recently in conversation with Sheri, and I know she's got a lot of new personal adventures she's kind of been working on, or I would say one specifically I know of, but obviously a lot of people know her for her business Crow's Nest Calls, but the most recently she's been doing some work with Cellmark. Sheri, you want to tell us or tell everyone a little bit about that?
I'm really excited. They contacted me out of the blue about a month ago. And what I like about Cellmark is they have a lot of companies under their umbrella. They have Pulsar, or they sell Pulsar. They have in-house Sightmark, which is infrared. So yeah, you've got thermal Pulsar and infrared Sightmark. They have Cope Jaeger shooting tripod.
Sure.
So they've been in business for a long time, which I like. I think it's over 20 years now, or close to 20 years. So that says a lot about a company. So I'm really excited to be pro staff for them and to represent their product. And I'm really excited to be able to use it here in Pennsylvania. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, listen. Right, if you ever wanna get together, I'm serious about this. If you ever want to get together and do a coyote hunt, we are willing to drive stupid distances to hunt with people that are cool. So I would be honored if you would want to hunt with us. So you just let me know. You got me on Facebook. I added you a few days ago, and like I said, post some coyote pictures. We'll be posting pictures and videos, and we just appreciate you coming on the show. And if you can call it a show, appreciate you coming on and getting your message out. Like I said, we will be advocating for you and to the PGC to get this thing done. So thank you for coming on.
I appreciate that very much.
No, thanks, Sheri. We really appreciate your time. We really do.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Yep. All right, guys. Thank you for watching this episode, this Heirs podcast. And like I said, make sure you annoy the PGC, and let's get this thing passed. So that's all I have right now. Have a good one, guys.